Jonas Vingegaard has spoken, and the internet has collapsed. Well, it's official. Jonas Vingegaard has just said the quiet part out loud. In a recent interview, the Tour de France winner, the Danish Iceman himself, looked a journalist square in the eye and said, quote, "Tadej is the biggest favourite." Excuse me? Say that again? Jonas Vingegaard, who destroyed Tadej Pogačar on Col d'Aragnon in 2022 and cooked him again in 2023, has just handed the crown back without even doing the race yet? The cycling world blinked, Reddit melted, and X exploded. A Team Visma fan reportedly fainted into his ceramic Wout van Aert bust. Suddenly, the man fans has dubbed, quote, the human metronome, had gone full motivational speaker for Pogačar. Next thing you know, he'll be inviting Tadej over for fondue and a spa day. It's like Rocky looked at Ivan Drago and said, quote, you know what, he's probably gonna win. Fans had only one response. Jonas buddy, what the hell are you doing? Fans' reactions, from denial to full-scale panic. The Danish faithful weren't exactly thrilled by their man's humble honesty. In fact, honest isn't a word they want to hear in June. They want swagger. They want, we'll crush him in the Alps and tow him up Mont Ventoux in a suitcase. But instead, they got, quote, there's no doubt, Pogačar is the biggest favourite. Twitter user VinGoated69 summed up the mood perfectly. He's folding. Poggy's in his head rent-free. We're cooked. Meanwhile, Pogačar fans are dancing in the streets like it's Slovenian Mardi Gras. Their golden boy just got a glowing Yelp review from a guy who beat him twice. You know the rivalry has reached absurd levels when even the winner sounds like a fanboy. But let's take a breath. Is Jonas scared, or is he playing 4D chess? You remember my last video from around a week ago, where I mentioned that Jonas has already started the mind games for the Tour de France. Remember, this is the guy who in 2023 said, quote, he is the best rider in the world, and I have to be better than the best to beat him. That's either the world's most wholesome sportsmanship, or the calm voice of a man plotting a tactical assassination at altitude. Class of styles. Sunshine versus shade. Let's break this down, because what we have here is a textbook case of cycling yin and yang. Tadej Pogačar is impulsive at attacking. He rides with chaotic brilliance, and he will probably attack on stage 3 just because he doesn't like how the breakaway guy combed his hair. Jonas Vingegaard is icy, patient, rides like a Swiss watch programmed to destroy. No emotion, just split watt output down to the decimal. Their stylistic clash is why this rivalry has been the best thing to happen to cycling since the invention of Lycra. And yet 2025 seems different. Why? Because Pogačar just won the Giro d'Italia while casually working on his Tour tan lines. And Jonas Vingegaard, well, we'll get to that Dauphiné performance in a minute, but let's just say it was more competitive than dominant. Even when praising Poggy, Jonas can't help but be Jonas about it. Quote, we are different riders. I think Tadej has his own style of racing. I have mine. I think sometimes it's a bit annoying that people say that we are calculated. Meanwhile, Tadej, still sweaty from a Queen stage victory, said, quote, Jonas is super strong. He's obviously still not 100%, but you could see he was climbing better every day. The Tour is going to be incredible. Poggy said this post stage 7 at the Criterium de Dauphiné 2025 just gone. Oh, don't worry Tadej, we know, you're licking your lips already. Tactical breakdown. How Pogačar will use this against him. So what happens now? What do you do when your main rival just called you the favourite? If you're Tadej Pogačar, you use it like a sledgehammer made of compliments. First, let's remember, Tadej isn't a man who plays defense. He plays with food. He's going on attack every single mountain, every descent, every crosswind. Hell, he might sprint for bonus seconds in the neutral zone if you don't keep an eye on him. And now that Jonas has publicly acknowledged him as the alpha, Tadej's confidence meter just hit God mode. Expect him to launch early attacks in the Pyrenees to put Jonas under pressure before the High Alps, use UAE's stacked mountain train, Yates, Solar if he doesn't detonate, and maybe even a Ayuso if he recovers from his Giro wounds, to set a brutal tempo. And, if he so much as smells weakness, Pogačar will go full power. Meanwhile, Jonas will try to flip the script, target the time trial where he's been steadily clawing back time, keep his powder dry for final week summit finishes, try not to get caught in a UAE ambush when Tadej Pogačar decides to test the legs on stage 9 just because it's Tuesday. But here's the catch. When the guy you're trying to mentally dismantle starts sending you fan mail in press conferences, you've either won the war or you're going to get blindsided. Criterium de Dauphiné 2025. Rehearsal or red flag? Okay, let's talk results. The Criterium de Dauphiné was supposed to be the dress rehearsal, the big showdown between Pogačar, Vingegaard and Evenepoel, and it didn't disappoint. Let's look how it played out. Stage 4, the individual time trial. Winner Remco Evenepoel. Second was Jonas Vingegaard, 1 second behind Tadej Pogačar in 49 seconds. This was the only time Jonas gained time on Pogačar all week. He rode like a metronome with a vendetta, and yet Remco won. Yikes. Stage 7. Queen Stage, Plateau de Galibier. This is where the fireworks went off. Pogačar attacked 12 k's from the summit. Jonas initially matched him, but then faltered. Tadej won the stage. Jonas trailed in, 14 seconds down. Everyone else looks like they'd been run over by a Slovenian tank. Stage quote from Poggi. Quote, "It's good to test the legs. I didn't expect to get such a gap, but I'll take it." Translation. I broke him earlier than I thought. Oopsie. Jonas tried to spin it as well. Quote, "I felt better today, still improving. Tadej was really strong, of course." Translation. I'm not in form yet, but I'm getting there. Please stop asking me if I'm scared. Stage 8, final mountain stage. Jonas attacks 3 k's from the finish. Pogačar just rides back to him and then sprints away. That's not racing. That is unbelievable. Pogačar wins the overall, Tadej Pogačar first overall, Jonas Vingegaard second overall, plus 59 seconds. Even with his excellent TT, Jonas lost time across the race, which means either Pogačar's flying or Jonas is sandbagging at every level that should be illegal. Most likely a little of both. Here's Jonas once again. Quote, "I think I did a good race. Tadej is just a step ahead right now. We'll see in July." The tone was measured, but underneath the gears are grinding. He knows this isn't going to be easy, and so do the fans. Did Jonas just surrender? Let's answer the headline question. Did Jonas Vingegaard just give up on winning the Tour de France? No, but he might have just admitted what we all suspected, that Tadej Pogačar is in the form of his life, with the double Grand Tour on his radar and zero signs of fatigue. This isn't surrender, it's setting the stakes. Vingegaard isn't rolling over, he's loading the cannon, quietly, carefully, like a good Danish tactician. He knows that if he plays his cards wrong, Pogačar will rip his legs off on stage 6 and feed them to a passing cow in the Alps. He's buying time, he's managing expectations, and he's baiting Poggi. What do you guys think? Comment down below your opinions, and leave a like on today's video to show your support for the channel. Subscribe if this is your first time here to stay up to date with all of my videos on the cycling, drama and news around the world. Catch you guys in the next one.